Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitabugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to announce my May Club Quitabug free card kits. This month I am featuring the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set. I absolutely love this set. It is gorgeous, and I think you guys are going to enjoy using this set this month. And here's just a quick little peek at the 3 projects that we're making in this month's free card kit. I love how colorful and fun these cards are, you guys. I think you're going to really enjoy them. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll give you all the details about Club Quitabug, and let's get stamping. Alright, so as I mentioned before, this month's featured stamp set is the Dragonfly Dreams set. And all you have to do any month to be a Club Quitabug member is spend a minimum of $35 before shipping and tax in my online Stampin' Up! Store, and you're automatically a member of that month's club. You have to be sure to use the hostess code when you place your order. I've put that code somewhere down here on the screen. Make sure that you use that code, because that's how I'm going to know that you're a Club Quitabug member for that month. And then you'll receive your free card kit in the mail from me. Now for this month's club, I would recommend purchasing the Dragonfly Dreams bundle. You don't need the framelits in order to make the projects, because I do die cut everything for you, but I would recommend getting the bundle because the bundle is actually on the retiring list. So when you purchase the bundle, which is the stamp set and the framelits together, you actually save 10%. So this bundle is retiring. However, the stamp set and the framelits will still be available in our new upcoming annual catalog that releases on June the 1st. You just won't be able to get these two together as a bundle and save 10%. You would have to buy them separately. So that's why I would go ahead and take advantage of that bundle savings. Now, if you don't need the framelits or you're not interested in getting those, I would also recommend making sure that you have the ink colors for this month's club. So here are the featured ink pad colors that I'm using. I'm using Cucumber Crush. This is a retiring in color. I'm using Crumb Cake, Watermelon Wonder, another retiring in color, and then I'm also using Night of Navy. Alright, so when you receive your card kit from me in the mail, it will come packaged like this with all of your materials organized neatly and ready to go for you. Envelopes are also included in your kit. Alright, so here are the 3 projects that we're making this month, you guys. I love these cards. They are beautiful. So here is card number 1. It's so much fun. These colors are so bright, and then you've got this copper. I just love it. This one says, "To a wonderful friend." And it features that Cucumber Crush and Watermelon Wonder. Okay, here is card number 2. You sure know how to make someone happy. Love this card. This one features the Watermelon Wonder, the Night of Navy, and the Crumb Cake. And then here is card number 3. Isn't this awesome? You guys get washi tape in your kit this month. I absolutely love this one. It says, "Thanks for the smile and everything else." So cool. And I'm going to show you a little tip on extending your dragonflies here. So such a fun card. So here are the 3 cards featured in this month's kit. Again, all of the supplies that you need are available in your kit that you will receive from me. This is a free gift from me to you, just as a thank you for placing an order with me in my online Stampin' Up! Store. There are no stamped images, so remember, that's why you will need the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set. I do not stamp anything for you, so you're going to need this in order to complete your projects as they are here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take out the supplies to make card number 1. All right, so let's take out our materials for card number 1. I've got everything packaged nice and neat here for you guys. Okay, so I've actually layered everything in order. So here are the supplies for card number 1. Here's everything for card number 2, then card number 3. Then you've got your 3 Whisper White envelopes, and then another special bonus to being a club member is you get a full color PDF that has all of the measurements for the project, as well as, if I can open this, all of the supplies that I used for the projects, okay? All right, so for card number 1, let's go ahead and take this little strip of Whisper White, and let's go ahead and get our stamping out of the way. So I'm just gonna take this, my Cucumber Crush ink, and then I've gone ahead and mounted the sentiment "To a wonderful friend," and I'm just going to ink that up and stamp that right in the center of my piece of Whisper White here. I love this bright green. Okay, just like that. And that's actually all of the stamping for card number 1. So now what I'm going to do is take my scissors, and I just want to banner the ends here. Okay. All right, so now we can go ahead and start assembling this card. This one's pretty easy. I love this card. All right, so I'm just going to fold over my card base, give it a nice crease with my bone folder. Okay, there we go. All right, so now you've got a bunch of different pieces here. So you're going to notice you've got a piece of Cucumber Crush cardstock, then you've got this piece of Designer Series paper, and there's a square missing. Well, I used my layering square framelits to cut out this little piece, and that's because we are going to layer this scallop square on top, and then I wanted another piece of that designer paper on top of that scallop square, but I didn't want to have to waste a piece of designer paper just for one square. So I just cut it right out of the center, and you'll never know the difference because we're layering that right on top, okay? So let's go ahead and add this piece. I'm just going to use my fast fuse to add this layer on. And this is from the Affectionately Yours Designer Series paper, and this is also on the retiring list as well. So if you like this paper, I suggest grabbing it now before it's gone. Okay, now we can go ahead and layer our square of Designer Series paper right onto our scallop square. Now, I've included a little fourth of a doily in your kit, and I've already cut that down to a triangular shape. You may have to cut a little bit more off, and we're just going to add this behind our scallop square. So I want that to hang just like this at the bottom. So I'm just going to snip off a little bit more here. Let's see. There we go. I want it to hang off the bottom just like that. So I'm just going to flip this over, add a little fast fuse, and I'll just line that up how I want it, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this piece onto the front of our card base. Alrighty. Okay, we've got that on. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to go ahead and add my Dragonfly. I want it to go on right about like that. And I'm going to add it with just a glue dot, because I want to make sure it stays kind of light and lifted on this layer so it has lots of dimension. So just add it right there. Want those wings nice and up. There we go. And then the sentiment, I'm just going to put that right here across the middle. And I'll just do a little fast fuse on that. Okay, and now we can flip this over, and I'm just going to add some dimensionals onto the back of this layer. I'll just do 5. Oops. Okay, that should be good. Okay, we'll just put this right in the middle and cover up that little square there. Put it right there. Okay, and I'm just gonna fluff my wings back up, and there you go. There's our finished card. I love this card. So quick and simple, but it's bright and just has such a fun pop of color. So let me bring in the original, and that finishes card number 1. So let's go on to card number 2. All right, so I've got my supplies here for card number 2. So I'm just gonna take out just my Whisper White piece, and we're gonna go ahead and get ready for the stamping. And I'm gonna take out, you've got a 6-inch strip of the Watermelon Wonder mini striped ribbon. I'm gonna take that out because we're gonna need this kind of as a guide to help us get our stamping just right. So you know what, I'm gonna rotate this around like so. Okay, so we're going to need our Night of Navy ink pad, the Watermelon Wonder ink pad, and then the Crumb Cake ink pad. Okay, so I've got all 3 of these here. All right, so I want to start first with my Watermelon Wonder. I'm going to use that for the wing image. This is for the just the kind of watercolor image for the wings. So I'm just going to ink this up in my Watermelon Wonder, and I want these to go at an angle towards the top. So I'm just going to line up the wings right here on my Whisper White and stamp. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. Now I'm going to bring in the Dragonfly image, and I'm just going to ink this up in the Night of Navy. Let's see, that should be good. Oh, nope. I didn't get the middle of the Dragonfly. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up. And now what I want to do is lay that, let's see if I can get my paper right. Okay, lay that over top of that Watermelon Wonder. Hopefully I can line this up right. Okay, and then just press that down. Okay. Perfect. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love that. Okay, yay. All right, so now we are actually finished with the Watermelon Wonder. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one away. Okay, so now we've just got the Crumb Cake and the Night of Navy out. So now I'm gonna scoop my ribbon up to right about here. And I'm gonna bring in the little polka dot image from the stamp set, ink that up in my Crumb Cake, and I just wanna stamp that right here at the bottom. And then one more time over here, and it's gonna go off just a little bit. So you might want scratch paper. I'll get that up myself. Okay, so we're done with that. And then I'm going to take the sentiment, which is, you sure know how to make someone happy. Ink that up in the Night of Navy. And I wanna stamp this towards the top of the polka dots so that you can see it nicely. So I'm gonna stamp it right about here in the center. Okay. Ah, it's beautiful. Okay, so we're done with the stamping. All right, so now I just want to wrap my ribbon around this layer, and I've just got 2 pieces of Scotch tape here. So I'm just going to center that here, flip it over, and just add my tape to lay this down. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm gonna add this piece to my piece of Night of Navy. So let me just bring in my fast fuse, add this down, just center that up. Okay, so now I will add fast fuse to this piece, and we will add this onto our designer paper. And again, all of the designer paper that we're using comes from the Affectionately Yours Designer Series paper stack. That's the only paper that I used. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now we can bring in our card base, get my bone folder, and we'll just give this a nice crease here. Same thing on this side. Alrighty, there we go. And then I'm just going to add this layer right on top. You could pop this layer up with dimensionals if you wanted. I'm just gonna have it flat here on the card front. Okay, There we go. Isn't this card so beautiful? It's actually just lovely like this, but I decided it needed a pearl. I love this. So I've already added one of our metal rimmed pearls. I've just put it on a piece of Vellum cardstock here just to make it easier for you to find in your kit. If you peel back, it's gonna take off the backing for you because I have that added on with a glue dot. And then you can just stick this directly on top of your Dragonfly. Now, I like to add a little bit of liquid glue when I add on embellishments, even though that does have adhesive. I'm just really weird. I want to make sure nothing comes loose in the mail. So I go ahead and just add a little bit of liquid glue and then I put it down just for added adhesive. And then just give it a press. And there you go. Okay, and that finishes up card number 2. I love this card, you guys. I hope you love this one. It's just so pretty. And let me just bring in my original, and there's card number 2. So let's go ahead and go on to card number 3. All right, so I've got my supplies here for card number 3. So I'm gonna start by taking, let's see, this piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, and then you've got a piece of wax paper that has some of the Affectionately Yours Designer Series washi tape. Isn't that so cool, you guys? So what you're gonna wanna do is you can put your washi tape on the front of your card however you'd like. I gave you more than you will need just so that you can decide how long you want your washi. So I'm just gonna take this piece and I think I'm gonna tear it down just a little bit. And I'm just gonna put this piece right here. And then I'll take this one and let's see, tear it down just a little. Okay. And I'll put this piece right here. Okay. And then take this piece. Do I want to tear this piece down? Yeah, just a little. Okay, and then I'll put this one right about there. And then I'll take this one. So you just decide how you want to use it. It's up to you. I think I'm going to leave this one long. Just put it right there. Yeah. And then I'll take this one. This piece is my favorite. This one's actually copper embossed. So pretty. I love this one. Tear that down and I'll just pop that right there. Okay, so there's my washi. That's how I want mine on there. Pretty quick and easy. So now what I want to do is you've also got this little piece of Vellum cardstock in your kit. So you're going to add this over to the right of this layer, and then you've got this cluster of dragonflies in Night of Navy. So this cluster of dragonflies is going to go on the Vellum circle like this, but I want to extend these dragonflies just a little bit because our sentiment is going to go on like this, and it's covering up some of those dragonflies. So what I'm going to do is take this, and I've shown you guys this little trick before, and I'm going to cut my dragonflies. Let me move that. I'm going to cut down here at this second from the bottom dragonfly. I'm just going to snip that off just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my Vellum piece. I'm going to add some fast fuse to the center. You're not even going to see this adhesive, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put that right here. Okay, then I'm going to add some fast fuse directly to my Vellum right about there, and I'm just going to adhere my dragonflies right into that adhesive. Just stretch them out. Let's see, right about like that. And then when I go to put my sentiment on, it will cover up all of that adhesive, and then you've got these elongated dragonflies. Isn't that cool? Okay, so let's set this to the side and let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment using Cucumber Crush ink here, and we're stamping the thanks for the smile and everything else. And you want to stamp it sort of off to the left, not all the way over to the left, but more to the left than the right. sort of off center, right about here. Okay, perfect. And that's all of the stamping for this one. All right, so now I'm gonna flip over my sentiment and add some dimensionals to the back. Okay, I think 3 should be good. Okay, and then we're just going to line this up over here to the right. We want it to line up to the edge of this layer. Okay, so just like that. Then you've got some cucumber crushed thick baker's twine. You want to take your twine, fold it over, and cut it in half. Okay, now with one of your strings here, you just want to wrap it around this layer, wrap it around, and just adhere it down. I'm again using some Scotch tape. Just adhere that down. Okay, just like that. And then you're going to take the piece that you have left and just loop it under here, slip it under, and we're just going to tie a simple little bow. And I like to do it this way just because it makes it less bulky on the card if you tie the bow this way by cutting it and adding it onto the string. Just makes it less bulky. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Well, I want my loops a little bigger. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna snip just this side, just like that. Okay, so then I'm gonna add dimensionals to this layer. All right, so I'm just taking off my backings here. Okay, there we go. And before I add this layer down, I'm gonna go ahead and get my bone folder and just give this a nice crease. There we go. And this one, this card base actually comes scored for you. I scored it because it's the thick Whisper White and you just really need to score it in order for it to fold over nicely and not tear. So go ahead and add this onto the center of your card base, just like that. And there we go, you guys. That finishes up card number 3 in this month's free card kit. I love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring in my original. I think this one is my absolute favorite. I was so excited to include washi tape in the kit this month for you guys. Just so excited. So I hope you guys love this card. All right, so I'm just bringing in all 3 projects from this month's free card kit, Dragonfly Dreams. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this month's kit. Remember, all you have to do in order to receive this free card kit from me as a special thank you gift is place a minimum $35 in my online Stampin' Up! Store using the hostess code listed here on the screen. Make sure you use that code. That's how I know you want to be a Club Quitabug member for the month of May. And then you'll receive this free kit in the mail from me. All of the supplies ready to go, die cut for you. All you have to do is stamp and assemble. So I hope you guys enjoy this card kit, and I look forward to seeing you in my May Club Quitabug. If you have any questions about how the club works, just head on over to today's coordinating blog post. I've linked it below the video in the description notes. I have all of the details listed out over there for you guys. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again very soon. Bye now.